Pick the PJs, boys. Today we're going to talk about how you can profit in the Forex market during a recession. Now everyone else, they're panicking, there's blood in the streets. They have to stay home and not work. Maybe rely on a little bit of that government funding. Maybe just cut their costs. Maybe not have any issues. But for us, there's not much different. But there are a couple things that I will mention. So watch the video. My name's Hunter, this is Hunter FX, and if you're new to the channel, I do streaming every Monday to Friday. At least that's what I tell you, and then some days I skip. At least right now, being a little bit sick, I like to take it a little bit easy. This video, we're going to talk about just a couple things. Make sure that you're safe and you're not going to blow your account, because there's just a couple different things in the Forex market. And I'm also going to quickly talk about how you can actually invest properly so that you can make a little bit of money on this downswing. Now, first of all, guys, the most important thing is we are going to be making sure that you are safe to begin with. So you need to start building up a cash nest egg. You don't want to be leaving things in investments. You don't want to be leaving things really in Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin just crashed. It's coming back up a little bit. If you have Bitcoin, it's probably a good time to start selling off a little bit as it comes up a bit, because most likely it's going to continue down. Same idea with the stocks, things like this. Get out of some of these positions when it's a good time, because we don't know if this is going to last another year. It could drop another 50% very easily. These are your investments. Now, there's two reasons why you're going to be selling off these positions. The first one is your safety in terms of making sure that you have enough money in order to live in case you do lose your job. A lot of people are going to be losing their job. A lot of people are going to have cut wages. A lot of people are going to have to rely on government funding, and it's just not going to be enough for whatever reason. Now, this can be completely dependent on your position. A lot of people, it won't affect them at all, but there's a great number of you that are going to have hard times. So it's important to build that nest egg just in case. Now, the next purpose of this nest egg is so that you can actually start investing it in something when the recession does end. Now, we don't know exactly when the recession is going to end, and it would probably be a bad idea to time it perfectly for the majority of investors. I think in investing terms, not trading, we don't really time the market. We just kind of DCA in, dollar cost average in as the price drops. So what I suggest, if you have a nest egg already set up, I suggest that you start investing each month, maybe 10% or something if you want to use a percentage term. What I would rather do is start saving as much as you can, in a sense. And let's give you an example so you can kind of have numbers as a picture to put along. Let's say you have $2,000 right now as your nest egg. It doesn't matter what the number is, and you're going to be able to save an extra $500 a month from your job here. Now, the first thing that we need to pay attention to is that as the price drops, we want to be investing more and more. And the next thing that's important is that the longer the recession goes on, the less likely you are to lose your job, and the more likely that the price will start coming back up and the recession will be over. So this means that the longer it goes on, the less need you are going to have for that nest egg. So if you have $2,000, that example before, and you're saving $500, what I would suggest is actually investing maybe about $750 per month into some sort of investment. I don't care what it is, index, Boeing's already down like 80%, something like this. Bitcoin, weed stocks, doesn't matter what the hell it is. Hey buddy, come join. Point being is that you want that nest egg to slowly decrease, because you're going to need less of it as time goes on, because you're going to be much more likely, and you know, this could be riskier to some people. Some people might want to wait till the very end. This is what I suggest, because it's most likely to make you the most amount of money. So I know what you're thinking right now. Why the hell am I talking about investing? This is a Forex trading channel. They go very similar. They go hand in hand together. And really my goal is just to try to make you guys money, including myself. So this is kind of my plan that I'm going into. I have cash, and as time goes on, I'm going to be slowly investing more and more of it. And the end goal is to be able to aim for the very end of the recession to have no money left whatsoever. So that way I'm going to be able to get the best return on my investment. But let's actually talk about how you can trade and make money in this market. Now, Forex, we all know, is recession proof, right? I noticed that I've been having difficulty. A lot of other traders, they've been having a better time actually trading now because the volatility is so much higher. It completely depends on your method of trading, right? So for me, my method is working much less. I've had to refine it a little bit, and you will have to do this for your own. You're going to have to analyze the markets, and what I would suggest is actually narrowing down to just a few pairs, not trading every single pair that you normally would. Let's say if you traded all of them, stick to just the majors, because those ones are going to have the most volume still in it. And this brings me to my point, what actually changes in the Forex market. Whereas in a stock market, the prices can drop and make people lose tons of money, because people are all basically investors in the stock market. They're not actually traders. They may think that they're traders just by buying at different times and then selling higher. That's not what trading is. That's just people investing and then selling. Trading, the Forex market, the only major difference that I've noticed in these times of high volatility, the VIX is very high, is that there's a lot bigger wicking candles. There's a lot more volatility, and people are getting stopped out much more if you have tight stops. So this is how my method is becoming a little bit more difficult, in that I'm seeing setups that are very obviously going to work in my favor most of the time previously, but then we get these wicking candles either way because there's much less volume, much less liquidity in the market to be able to support these levels that were previously created. So they're wicking past them and then stopping us out. So you do need to refine your method a little bit in order to cover your butt. So quickly, guys, here I'll just give you a little example of kind of what's going on in the market here. If we look at the larger time frame, let's just put this on something cleaner. We're seeing massive trending markets, and my strategy is actually a trend trading strategy. The problem is that on these smaller time frames, we're getting a lot more of these wicking candles. Guys, got a little bit interrupted there. You can see in the corner here, my girlfriend just came home. He has the wide angle lens, they can see you. So she actually got sent home because her work heard me coughing over the phone, so they're a little bit scared, so I need to go get tested now to make sure before she comes back home. But let's jump right back into the charts here. Alright guys, so what I was saying was on these US dollar pairs, we can see major trend following patterns, where basically you're just going to be able to buy and hold the downtrend on these pairs, the euro, the pound, or the uptrend on the USD CAD, USD Swissy, or UJ. And these are just going to continue to uptrend, and you're going to be able to catch the small pullbacks, and you're going to be able to take advantage of those, because really these larger pairs aren't being affected as much. Simply they're trending hard because the US dollar is doing well in terms of the other global currency pairs. But where we're having an issue more is when we look at these smaller pairs. You see Euro Swiss, you're getting these major wicks. So this is what I'm saying. I very highly suggest you either stay out of these pairs. Euro Swiss, what's another one? Euro GPY, maybe something like this. A lot of them, NZD CAD, maybe this one's not too bad. But you can kind of see that a lot of these pairs, the smaller pairs, they're just wicking around a lot. And that's great for not trend trading traders, but range-based traders. So if you're a range-based trader and you do have wider stops in a sense, these pairs are actually going to be profiting very well. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to analyze what kind of trader you are. And for me, I trend trade mostly, so I'm completely ignoring everything that's not one of these major pairs. So I have a couple other ones here that I like to look at too, that give me a little bit of a, I've highlighted them in green here so that I can look at them. The other thing you can do is you can look at the NASDAQ, the S&P, something like this. I am predicting that the NASDAQ's going to come up here. I'm not willing to take a long on that, but what you're going to be able to do, since the NASDAQ is such in a major downtrend, you're going to be able to wait for these retests of the consolidation areas, and you're just going to be able to short them basically blindly, because the stock market is a trend machine, and all you have to do is buy into the trend and hold until it's over. It's very simple. You should be able to make good money that way. So I know, guys, that might not have been anything super definitive. I hope you can do something with that knowledge, though. Really analyze your own things. And if you do like this content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and then you can follow along later. There is a link in the description for a Discord community. Please go ahead and join that, and send me a message if you need any help in any aspects of trading, as I am a professional Forex trader doing this out of the comfort of my own home, with, right now, me and my girlfriend just sitting at home while this COVID thing goes on.